Gonna do me some stretches right now. Gotta get this body tuned up. And Kalas TV from Jamaica, I saw you. Great video. I saw you on a treadmill, and you sure was doing your thing. That's great encouragement for everyone. So I'm gonna do my little thing right now, people. I saw a video where they were saying older people, well, for people that have tummy problems, like their stomach is like getting larger and larger. To lose the weight on your tummy, just do this. So I'm doing it. You feel it down here in this area and in the back. And in here. Right in here. Push far back as you can, but try not to hurt yourself. If you're new to this, take it easy, people. Take it very easy. I'm not counting my reps. I'm just doing as many as I can. I'm gonna come forward. Oh, you really feel this back here, back here. And it's quite simple. I saw this on a video. And like I said, this is for like older folks, but anyone can do it. This is what he said, the instructor. Anyone can do it. It's not hard at all. You can feel it right back here. I'm already feeling the first one I did in here and in my back. Try to hold yourself in this position for a little while and then come back up. Yes. See, I'm working on my tummy. I'm working on that. I take my fiber and stuff, and I use the bathroom regularly now, because before I was having a little problem with constipation and stuff. But the stuff that I'm using is working now. The doctor at the VA had given me some powder stuff to take. I still have a container at home, at my home. But when I go over there on Wednesday, I'll bring that one over. You mix it with, it has fiber in it, but it's a solution that you mix with water or juice, and then you stir it up. If you let it sit for too long, it gets lumpy and stuff, so you have to stir it up and try to drink it as fast as you can, but don't take big gulps. Just drink it slowly. It helps with your tummy on the inside, you know what I'm saying? Because when you get older, inside your tummy, well, I don't know about everyone, when I went to do my colonoscopy, I was told this, so that's why I was recommended that solution to drink from not being able to make your stool regularly. The walls of your the lining of your stomach becomes like tight, I should say. So this solution is to loosen it up. Plus it helps you to use the bathroom. So I had a prescription for 3 refills. So I have the last one at home. I get it from the VA hospital. You know, they give the good stuff, not no fake stuff. So I haven't been using it a whole lot because I'm not having that problem anymore with my stomach and stuff. And my stool is coming out pretty good. So I'm gonna bring it over here so I can mix it. You know, just use it up, get rid of it. And I still continue to take my fiber, the pills, you know, the capsules. I take like 4 because one isn't going to help. 4 to 5, I take 4. So that helps a lot. So I don't have that problem with the straining and the pushing. You know, that's annoying. Imagine sitting on the toilet in your tummy. It's just, and you just trying to force something out that is taking forever to come out. It's the worst feeling, one of the worst feelings. So I don't go through that anymore. Thank God for Jesus. But for those of you that is having those kind of problems, you should come here. You should. He just saw a dog. Another dog, Mr. Hustle said he goes bug wild when he see another dog. You know what I'm saying? They're a family, what you expect. They don't see him that often. But as I was saying, I'm trying to get it down. And it's kind of working. Large breasts run in my family, you know, in the genes, because a lot of the women, they have humongous girls, but I don't want no humongous girls. Mine is fine how they are. Whenever I lose weight, I can slim down, but they are okay. I'm wearing a sports bra, you know, I wear sports bras all the time. Since I came to Florida, you know, I wear sports bras all the time. I love sports bras. I have different colors, stuff like that. I had to do me a little exercise because I had a dream last night, and I do believe the person time is near. It's a loved one. I'm not going to reveal the name right now. So, you know, I got up feeling kind of low because in the dream, the person wanted his daughter to make him some rice, and he was a bit frail, weak, and he was walking, but in actuality, I was told he's very weak. The hands, there's not much use to it. He has a lot of help. He can't really do much for himself, and he's in a wheelchair. And, you know, this man, family member, special family member, used be up and about, you know, doing and helping people and stuff like that. And like they say, oh God, this thing is killing me running, trying to run to this pretty white door. Um, they say time is of the essence. Kind of distracted me from what I was saying just now. Time is near. It doesn't have to be this exact second, minute, hour, day. It could be weeks. It could be a year. But time is near. When I see these things, I know time is near for the person. And oh, this is what I was gonna say. They said once a man, twice a child. And the reason for that is, you're born, you're a child. When you get older, you're a man. You're only a man once. When you get older, and when you get older, you get older and older, you start dwindling away because time is going by, and you getting ready to go back to your home. So you go into the stages of a child again. Not that you look like a child, but you can't really do much or anything for yourself. People have to feed you. People have to bathe you, lotion your body, brush your teeth, comb your hair if you have any. They have to pamper you. So that's what it means by twice a child. Because when you're a child, when you were born, your parents took care of you. They did all those things for you. So as you grow into a man or woman, you do things for yourself. But then as time go by, you age and you age, and then you go back into the stage of a child. So that's what it means, that saying. It's kind of sad, but it's true, and that's life. And we all hopefully get there one day or another. Some of us don't, but some do. So people, the time that you have here on this earth, get up and do the things that you want to do. Not bad things, I mean good things. Enjoy life. Get up, go out, walk, exercise in the morning or in the evening, not when it's too hot. Try to eat right. What is eating right? Eat a lot of fruits. Don't put too much starch in your body. Take your vitamins. Take care of yourself. Clean your bodies. If you want to go shopping, do that. Don't overindulge in anything. Just take care of yourself. Because when that time comes, you start dwindling away. And then you can't do any of those things anymore. Some of us lose our mind, dementia. We remember stuff. We forget stuff. Some of us, our eyes, is affected. Glaucoma. I think I said it right. And some go blind, It's sad, but that's part of the process. So, you know, just gotta get up and do all you can while you can move around, do things for yourself and stuff like that. And especially be nice and be good to people, because when you're not, when it's close to that time, I don't know if any of you ever notice people on their deathbed. Some of them, they have a medical term for it, but I don't remember the name right now. But some people, when they were bad in their days, when it's that time close to death, they they face changes position. It get all twisted up. Their mouth is twisted up. Their hands and stuff is like, I don't know if any of you ever watched Dawn of the Living Dead. You saw how the zombies look in that movie. Well, this is how some people, especially the ones that's evil and they did bad things in their life, this is how their body turn, twisted up. As pretty as you might be in that time, that stage, you'd be the ugliest thing, believe it or not. I saw this with one person. This woman, I'm not going to mention name, she passed away. This woman was the prettiest thing you could ever think of. She had a nice shape and everything, but the older she got, the butt that she had was almost like, looked deformed. She was still pretty, but she had a lot of mean. She pretends she was nice, but she had a lot of wickedness in her. She did a lot of wrong things, bad things. I was told about some of the stories, and I saw some things for myself. And I witnessed, I watched the video of this lady in her last stages, because her son asked his girlfriend to videotape her because he was away, so he couldn't see. So the girlfriend videotaped it, and believe it or not, it was a horrifying sight to see. I'm telling you, horrifying. But me, I wasn't scared, because things like that don't affect me. In a way, in my heart, I was rejoicing. I even said to myself, I know that song's mean or whatever, but this person wasn't too nice to me. So, of course, I rejoiced. But when I saw that video and I saw how skinny this person was, because they lost a lot of weight, they was all frail. The prettiness was ugliness. There was no butt. Everything was all twisted and bent up. Oh my God, it was the most horrifying sight that I've ever seen. Like I said, it looked like one of those zombies from Dawn of the Dead, that movie. And oh my God. You know what I said to myself? Call me a B if you want to. I don't really care. I said, I called her by name to myself and I said, if only she could see herself right now. If only she could see how she looked right now. OMG. And that was that. And then there was a friend of mine, he passed away. His name was Billy. We call him Billy William. He um he was a nice person, and he was LBGT. I don't knock anyone from that. Anyway, I love him to death. He was very nice. He contracted AIDS. He never told me, as close as we were. And I was so angry with him for a long time. After he died, I was so angry because he never told me that he had this disease. I'm a person, I don't scorn anyone. I treat everyone the same. And yes, I treat everyone the same. And he knew that. And I also dreamt him too. So I knew he was going soon, but I didn't know what was wrong with him. And he suffered with depression a lot. He was young, and he used to always call himself Wonder Woman. He used to come out in the mornings and put his little cape on. He had a Wonder Woman cape. He used to put it on, and he used to spin around in the street. We lived on Union Street, and this is in Brooklyn, New York. And he used to just spin around and say Wonder Woman, and spin around his outfit. Some people liked him and some didn't. They teased him and stuff like that. But over the years, me and him, we kept in touch. He used to visit me. I was living on Nostrand Avenue, and he used to come visit me and stuff like that. And he loved listening to the oldies, like the Temptations, the Spinners, all those kind of songs, you know what I'm saying? So we used to listen to that and everything. Had a good time. He didn't drink or smoke. And we had a great time. But in the ending, I didn't know that he was sick, like I just said. I saw him one time. He came by my house, and he had these marks on his skin. My unalive sister, Pam, she saw him and she said, "Girl, you sure he ain't got AIDS?" So I was like, oh my God, why would you even say something like that? And if he did, so what? We know him. He's like family. So she just went about her business. She was a Gemini. They don't really care. They say whatever they got to say and keep it moving. So he spent the night by my house because I was kind of down at the time because, something tragic had happened, and I was feeling kind of down. I was sad and stuff like that. So when he heard the news, he came over and he spent the night. The evening, we played the music and stuff, the Spinners, the OJs, all that, Temptations. And we were having lunch. He loves sardines, Brownsville sardines. So I told him, take a plate and, open up the can and put it in the stuff. When I came back, he was eating the sardines out of the can. And I said, Billy, you're not supposed to eat them out of the can like that. You can get sick. So why don't you put it on a plate? He was like, oh no, I like eating it like this. Me now not knowing that he had this disease or whatever, and he was ashamed to touch the utensils or whatever. So I just found it strange, but I left it alone. That's what he wanted. So one day I got a call from his sister that he was in a hospital. So I'm saying to myself, oh my God, what happened to Billy now? You know what I'm saying? So It's so weird. I went to the hospital. It was down close to where I work, downtown Brooklyn. So I went over there to visit him. And when I got there, you had to wear a mask, put all that stuff on. Stupid me wasn't aware of what's going on. I didn't ask no questions. I just went in. I had to put gloves on. And he was just laying there. And oh my God, if you saw him, he had lost so much weight. He was just dwindling away. The marks were still on his body because he was like light skinned. And he had a lot of them. They looked like they were healed. And he was wearing a pamper, believe it or not, a pamper. And he wasn't talking. And when I looked on the side of his bed, the bag that holds the urine, because that's how he had to use the bathroom, the urine was brown, you hear me? Dark brown, almost black. I was looking at him and I was like, still in my mind wondering, what is wrong with Billy? Oh my God, he looks like he's gonna die. This nurse came through and she said, what is he to you? I said, oh, he's like a family member. She said, oh, so sad. And then they came and they took him downstairs. They were taking him downstairs to do some blood transfusion or something like that. All of a sudden, he opened his mouth and he said, he started cursing at them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever sleep he was in, he came out of the sleep and he was yelling and screaming because I guess they were handling him kind of rough to him. They were doing what they were supposed to be doing, but you know, he was so frail, so he was just cursing and yelling and screaming. And that's how he was, to be honest with you. He was like that when he get ready. He barely got along with people on the outside. You know what I'm saying? He was always arguing and fussing with people. But I still love him, and I love his spunkiness. You know, he always stuck up for himself. You know what I'm saying? He never let nobody walk over him and stuff like that. But anyway, you know, they took him down, and I stood there and I watched him. No, I had to leave because they were taking him inside to do this blood transfusion stuff. That's where they put you on a machine and they take out your old blood and they wash it and then they put it back in. This is what I was told. So I actually stood there after he went in because they said it was going to take some time. I had to go to work. So I actually stood there for a little few minutes and I saw this other person that it was being done to. So it was this machine and you can see the blood go in and then all of a sudden it looks like soapy water. The blood disappears. It's soapy water. So I asked one of the technicians and he said that's how they clean the blood and then they put it back into your body. I was like, wow, interesting. So I said, well, I have to go now. I have to go to work. So I went to work and I was feeling kind of low. You know what I'm saying? I felt so bad. I felt sad and stuff because I felt that he was soon going to leave the earth, you know, the way how he looked. And I was remembering all the good times we had and stuff like that. So while at work, I was sitting in a Howard building. And, you know, we secure the buildings. So an officer is posted in each building. So I happened to be in the Howard building lobby. And my phone rang. You weren't supposed to have your phone on you ringing or whatever, but you know, I had it on vibrate, so I felt it. So I reached in my pocket and snuck it out, make sure nobody was watching, you know, because I would have gotten in trouble. So I picked it up and I listened I said hello, and it was his sister. And she said to me, girl, whatever you said to my brother, because he was, like I said, he wasn't talking, and I didn't know that he wasn't talking for like a whole week or two. So she said, girl, you came there, whatever you said to my brother, he came out of whatever deep sleep he was in, because he was like, they call me sis. That's a nickname. Well, my dad gave me that name from when I was a little girl, because I'm big sis. I'm supposed to take care of all the kids. Anyway, she said he opened his eyes and he said, where's sis? Where's sis? Where's sis? I heard her. Where is she? And then she said she and her mother told him, yeah, sis was here, but you were asleep for like a week or two. So then she said he went right back into that sleep that he was in. All right. The next day, I went back to the hospital to visit my friend, Mr. Billy. So when I went there, his mom, she was there by herself. So, we embraced and stuff. And she said, she asked me if I was going to be there long. So I said, until I get ready to go to my job. Because we had a roll call at 3 o'clock. So, the job wasn't far. So I had to go and change and stuff. So I stayed there for a little while. So she said the reason she asked is because she's getting ready to go to, oh my God, what do you call those places where they're going to put you when they think you're going to die? Hospice. She said she was getting ready to go to hospice because that's where he was going to be going, because there was nothing else that they can do for him. So I wasn't alarmed or surprised or nothing, because I already felt it, you know what I'm saying? And I dreamt it anyway. So I was like, okay. Well, to make a long story short, Billy never made it to hospice, because that same evening, around like 5 minutes to 6, I saw this fly. And I mentioned this in a video back. They have these flies, like when people are gonna die, pass away. They little black flies, but their wings are like greenish blue, bluish green, something like that. This fly flew around me. It just kept flying around my head, all in my face. And I was like, well, what is a fly doing in here? There's no flies in here. So when I looked at the fly, I said, oh my God, that's a death fly. This is Billy coming to say goodbye. Believe it or not, it was Billy. Because at exactly 6 o'clock in the evening, I got a phone call from his sister telling me that he just passed. And I told her the story about the fly. She was like, wow, I never even knew that. Wow. I say, yes, I was told about that in Barbados when I was a little girl. So then that's when she came out and she told me he was HIV positive, full blown. Maybe he caught it from one of his partners. He was gay. I don't know who. Anyway, he used to tell me some crazy stories. This boy used to have me laughing, you hear me? He used to tell me about going into Prospect Park. That's where a lot of young men and older men, they hang out in Prospect Park. That's where they meet up. They guy friends, they lovers or whatever. Some of them be having sex out there in the park and all of this kind. He used to tell me all these crazy stories. And he used to always be telling me, be careful, because a lot of these guys, they look nice looking and stuff like that. They're not straight. If you go in a Prospect Park, you will see them in there. But they have girlfriends, and they have the girlfriends fool, making them think that they're straight, but they are not. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That's like the first time I heard that from anyone. And, you know, I miss Billy a lot. I miss him a lot. You know, I think about him, but I always remember the good times that we had. And he had a lot of knowledge. He knew a lot of stuff. He was young. He was younger than I, but he knew a lot of stuff for his age. Very smart young man. And sometimes I always remember, sometimes I could hear his voice. He talks to me, you know, and I smile. I would smile. I dreamt him one time after that, but then I haven't seen him again. So I'm quite sure that he's resting wherever he is. He found his place, you know, and hopefully he's happy there, you know. I believe he is, because I don't see him at all. I only saw him one time since he went, and that was that. So you see, Billy was kind of looking he wasn't as bad as like the zombie looking people, but he was close to it. And it was so funny because when I saw him in that pamper, you know what came to my mind, my crazy mind? I said, if only Billy could see himself now in this damn pamper, what would he say? Because Billy used to talk about everybody, no matter what. He just used to be so funny. You know what I'm saying? You could be walking outside with one shoe. He would be talking about it, and he would be laughing and got you cracking up. He used to have me laughing all the goddamn time. So me seeing him in that pamper, his little behind in this big-ass blue pamper, I was laughing on the inside. I didn't want to laugh in the hospital because I didn't want the people to say, oh, this girl is really mean. But I was laughing on the inside. On my way going to work, I was just laughing on the street. People was looking at me like I was smack crazy. But that was a funny sight to see. Well, anyway, enough of my crazy stories. Like I said, time is the essence. So those of you that have a loved one that's like up there in age, or they sick and they like close to going and stuff like that, pay attention to them. Start preparing, start making the little preparations. That way you won't be surprised when they actually croak. Now you got to get up and start rushing to do this and rushing to do that. So start making preparation. Like I said, time. It could be a day, it could be an hour, a week, or a month, a year, but time, they will be going soon. So just get up, get your mind straight. I know you're going to miss your loved ones and stuff like that. You don't want them to go, but it's part of the process. Just stay focused, stay strong. You know, try to do the best that you can for them now, because they can't help themselves like they used to. You know, like I said, this person wanted rice in a dream, wanted his daughter to make the rice. So if you're watching my video, you know who you are, because I already text you and told you time is close, time is near. So make sure you try to make him this food, this rice. You know, that's what he wanted. So what else can I say? I remember some time back, you know, my dad, he was getting ready to go, and I dreamt his mom, and his mom, she died years ago. I love my grandmother, Catherine, and I dreamt her, and in the dream, she wanted me, it was a Labor Day, And mind you, my dad died on close to Labor Day. Well, a little right after Labor Day. But in the dream, it was Labor Day. We were on St. John's Place. This is in Brooklyn, New York. And me and my grandmother, we were walking, and the parade was going on. Parade is held on Eastern Parkway. And you know how a man and a woman hold their arms like when they getting married like that? That's how our arms were connected. And we were walking. And people was all out in the street and everything. Music was playing. It was a nice hot day. And she said to me she wanted a loaf of bread. I was looking for the bread, but for some reason I came out the dream. I never got my grandmother the bread. And I felt so bad. When I woke up, I felt so bad. I was feeling so sad inside. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even get her the bread. So then, my dad, he ended up going into the hospital. He thought he had gas and stuff, but it wasn't gas. They claim he just died, but he didn't die right away. His wife called me because he always told his wife to call me if anything happened, because out of all 7 kids, I was the only one, he said, that always checked on him. I would always call him to see how he was doing or whatever. And I told him, Dad, don't worry about it. It's okay. So she called me, and I went to his house, and we went over there. He had lived on Pacific, that's in Brooklyn. And the ambulance people came for him and stuff. And he thought he had gas, but when he went to the hospital, it wasn't no gas. He didn't even, I guess he died of natural causes. I don't know, because they never said what was wrong with him. But I stayed at the hospital with this lady, and then I left and I went home. She went home. She said she wasn't going to go to work. She took some time off. And no, she wanted to go to work because she didn't want to stay home. But the people on her job told her she could take time off. Anyway, she called me the next morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning, and she told me that the doctor called her and told her that my father just passed away. I said, what? I said, they're not supposed to call you on the phone and tell you that. They're supposed to tell you to come into the hospital, not give you that kind of news on the phone. Anyway, I rushed over there. I was living in East New York, Elton Street, Brooklyn, they built up that area very nice. And yeah, I took the bus and I went over. No, I took a cab because the bus was going to take too long. So I took a cab and I went over to Brookdale Hospital, one of the worst hospitals in Brooklyn. That and Coney Island Hospital, do not go there if you're in Brooklyn, because you will not come out alive. And Brooklyn Hospital either. I don't really care for those 3 hospitals. But anyway, I went over there. I met up with her. I went upstairs. Well, first when I walked in, the guard at the desk, he said to me, sorry for your loss. And I'm like, well, how the hell he know my father died? How he know it was my father? I don't know. But I said thank you, and I went upstairs. So when I went upstairs, I saw his wife. This is the one I said that she's my sister's age. She's young, but she don't look young. She looks older than my sister. She looks older than me. Anyway, she was sitting on the bench, her and her friend. And I walked up and I said good morning to him and stuff like that. And then she pointed. She was crying, pretending she was crying or whatever. I don't know. But I didn't see no tears. That's why I said pretending. I went in the room and he was just laying there on the bed. And they had him covered. They had him covered in a sheet, but his face was out. And they had like the sheet cover over his head. Oh my God, he had looked so cute. And his mouth He had little lips. I always wish I had little. No, he had big lips. My mother's the one that had the little lips. Anyway, because I got the big lips from him, which I hate, but I like them now because they mine. I have to like them. They mine. Anyway, his mouth just had this little tiny hole like this open, you know. And I looked at him and I made the sign of the cross on his forehead. And then I said, may you rest in peace, Daddy. That's what I said to him. I didn't feel sad. I didn't cry. I don't usually cry when someone die or whatever. Call me cold-hearted or whatever. I don't know. I just don't. I guess I am in realization that this is something that happens and it's going to happen. So there's no need to fret and cut up yourself and all this kind of stuff because you can't bring them back. So, you know, that's what happened. So I just want to say to all of you out there, if you have a loved one it's a beautiful day, that's close to death or whatever, sick and laying in bed or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just cherish the moments. Be nice to the person. Be gentle. Be kind. Don't yell at them. Don't curse at them because you gotta do this or you gotta clean their butt or whatever. Don't make these funny faces. You know, poop from anybody stinks. So don't be making those funny faces, you know, because that same person is laying there. They might be able to talk, they might not be, but they are hearing you. So don't do those mean things, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know how you gonna look when it's your time to go. So don't be like that. I'm serious. Because when you're mean and stuff like that to people, that's why people end up looking like zombies when they're in that stage getting ready to leave out of this earth, leave out off this earth. So stop being mean and wicked and evil and doing all these bad things. Be kind-hearted, be generous, especially in those times. So this is JU-I saying peace out for now. Have a good Friday. And I'm going to get ready to go back in now and freshen up myself because I did me a little stretching and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm hot and sweaty. So don't forget to subscribe.